Frustrated with your progress? Here's why. Because this doesn't help your time feel, and it doesn't inspire you at all.
All you're doing is chasing the quarter note. Take it from me, that's not how you develop a killer time feel, let alone a killer groove.
Instead, immerse yourself into the groove, where the metronome itself is grooving, where you can hear and feel every subdivision at any tempo. Change the feel? No problem. Different time signature? Go for it.
It's like having X-ray vision where you can see right down inside the groove. And when you play along to that, you can suddenly see, hear, and feel everything.
Introducing GrooveClix. Hands down the most mind-blowingly awesome metronome ever created. And you can download it and try it for free.
This is going to be a game changer. It's an app, so it sits on your phone, which is infinitely more productive. The metronome page gives you both accented and normal, and even pitched clicks too. Then there's the Groove Engine, which is where the subdivisions come to life, transforming a metronome into a groovenome. Okay, how long does it actually take to go from beginner to badass? 10,000 hours?
10,000 hours?
Not necessarily. I'm going to tell you a secret, something that's rarely talked about. I mean, sure, you could learn to play in time and develop good chops, but none of that means anything if you don't have good feel. So how do you develop good feel?
Survey said.
By playing along to something musical. Full stop. Musical.
Oh, no problem. I'll just hire a room full of pro studio musicians to come to my house while I practice. Ow.
$30,000?
Or, for a tiny fraction of that, you can have something that grooves so hard, so deep, that you'll be drawn right into the groove. And those long years of practice can be cut dramatically. And before you know it, you too can be a badass. Your initial download gives you 8 banks and over 100 presets, each with multiple time sigs and even mix variants. And we're just getting started. With this new technology, this will be an ongoing mountain of possibilities for all musicians.
Oh, drummers are gonna love this, especially students. You've got the Accents Pro bank, the Megadiddles bank. You can go from basic to impossible.
Yeah, so at a normal tempo, just adjust the first bank, the paradiddle. Let's see where we're at tempo-wise. Slow it down a little bit. So you can hear that. That's left hand, right hand. So the second one,
In my 20 years of teaching drums and hundreds of students, I have never seen a better tool than GrooveClix for instructors.
You could even give assignments. Take, for instance, the Accents Pro Bank. A fantastic way to learn the math by offsetting different accents, all the while staying in the groove pocket.
This has got to be the best metronome that's ever been created. The way it grooves, it feels like J. Oliver. It's like having J. Oliver in the box right there to play along with anytime you want. It just doesn't get any better.
As you dive down deeper, you're going to discover some hidden features. One of those is the Tempo Lab. You can create a ramp, increasing the tempo as you practice, but not just a linear curve. We designed it so that you can actually stair-step the tempo after so many bars. You just dial that in. For instance, if I wanted to practice a phrase on keyboard, let's say C minor, I would engage the tempo lab and go from, say, 80 to 140, but I want to stair-step it so it changes in increments of, let's say, 15 BPM. This is just a 1-bar lick, so I'll set the tempo to change every 2 bars. That way I'll have a little count off.
Made a statement that he said the melody would be found again in the rhythm of the bass and the drums. I always say a lot of times when people are practicing with a metronome and the metronome doesn't have any groove reference point. So with GrooveClix, that's what's up. That was grooving, you know, and it's just really cool. And I felt like, you know, we're able to really create.
Okay, let's talk about the user library. This is a feature you would never find in a metronome, but we put it in there. There are lots of parameters to get your groove just right. Tempo, subdivision field, time sig, mix variant, your preferred click sounds, and then the mix of the click against the groove. And guess what? You can save that exact configuration into your user library. And that's not all. You can create playlists, as many as you want. Here is where you can bundle specific grooves together for specific gigs or situations, back to back in whatever order you want. And this makes your job so much easier. Just watch. This is going to transform the way musicians practice. Not just drummers, all musicians.